Hey guys, I'm back. I haven't uploaded in the past month, I think. I got really busy with finals. I literally had finals up my ass. So I had no time to research a video, to write a script for a video, to film a video or edit it. So I just did not do that. But hey, I'm back. For now, at least, until I need to write my exams at the end of the month. But I thought since I have some time at the moment, since I'm procrastinating my studying, I might as well make a video. So let's just jump right into it. And I don't know if you guys have seen, but I got a new mic, and I'm happy because I don't have to hold it in my hands anymore. And honestly, the audio is quite good for this tiny little mic. Color me impressed. Anyways, enough of me being a nerd. But I am actually going to continue being a nerd because today we are going to be talking about octopuses. And no, I did not misspeak. The technically correct plural word for octopus is octopuses and not octopi. And I literally thought it was octopi. For the longest time, I thought the plural of octopus was octopi, but apparently it comes from the misconception back in the day from Latin that any word that ended in US needed to turn into an I for it to be plural, but apparently that was just a really big misconception and people just ran with it. Dictionaries still kind of consider it technically correct because it's so widely used, but the real plural is actually octopuses. There's even a third one, which is called octopodes, but ain't nobody using octopodes. So octopuses are 8-limbed aquatic creatures that belong to the phylum Mollusca. Mollusca. Other animals that belong to this phylum are animals like cuttlefish, squid, and even snails that you can just see outside regularly. The phylum Mollusca is the second largest phylum in the entirety of the planet. I think it has 86,000 different kinds of species, over 86,000, and it's second only to arthropods, which are animals like insects, spiders, and all that jazz. Octopuses, I keep saying squids. I keep having to re-record the video because I keep saying squids. But octopuses are invertebrates, meaning they don't have a spinal column like other vertebrates do, like us. And they also have no bones, which is how they're able to squeeze and transform their body into really tight spaces. Majority of people probably already know this, but dolphins, I actually keep saying every other word but octopus. So octopuses use ink as their primary defense against predators such as sharks, dolphins, and turtles, and the ink essentially acts as a visual distraction as well as a chemical irritant. Some turtles can even, oh my god, what is wrong with me? Some octopuses can even create dummies of themselves using their ink in order to trick the predator and escape, essentially. And I think that's pretty cool too. And I already knew this. I knew this fact, but they have 3 hearts. I knew this because I used to have one of those like little maybe I'll be able to find it. When I was younger, I used to collect all the Weird But True books and I used to read them. Like when I was a kid, this was my favorite thing to read. And I remember the first page of this one in particular, the first fact was that octopuses have 3 hearts. And ever since then, I've always known that octopuses have 3 hearts. These hearts are for different purposes. 2 of them pump blood without oxygen to the gills, and then they have 1 systemic heart that pumps the oxygenated blood to the entire body. And octopuses are literally like ocean aliens because they have blue blood. Because they have a copper-rich protein, I think it's called hemocanin, inside of their bodies, which is different than the iron-based hemoglobin that humans have. But this blue blood works out great for them as hemocanin is much better at binding and transporting oxygen under cold temperatures, and octopuses live under the water, so it works out great for them. I mean, octopuses in general, they have very high metabolisms and they also need quite a bit of oxygen. They have very high oxygen demands, which is why their whole system is just different than ours. Like they have 3 hearts, they have different colored blood. So yeah, they are really just like aliens. Now, this is where things get really interesting. So octopuses have very complex nervous systems. Octopuses have 500 million neurons, which is similar to dogs, but 2/3 of their neurons, 350 million neurons, are found in their arms. The octopus's central brain typically deals with integrating sensory information and also performing higher level tasks. So their brain can do all that, but since each of their arms contain 40 million neurons each, their arms can actually act independently of the brain. This means that they can think, feel, and operate all by themselves without any input from the central brain. And while the arms do act completely independently, they can still coordinate with the central brain when prompted to. So for example, the central brain might override an arm when it needs to use visual information in order to put that arm in a specific location. So although the arms do function independently of the brain, the central brain can still override them when it needs to. When I was researching, like I already knew some of this, but when I was researching this, like the fact that their intelligence or the way that they operate is so different from, let's say, like what we experience. Like for example, like when I make my arm move, I'm making it move with my central brain. My arm isn't moving itself. But the fact that an octopus's arms can make decisions for itself, like it can feel, it can think for itself without any input from the central brain. Just that idea just like confuses me. Does that mean that they also might have like 9 different consciousnesses? Like they have a central brain and then they have brains in their arms? Like, I don't know, just like, it's just so alien. It's such an alien concept compared to like what the human experience is. The fact that like instead of having one uniform consciousness like what we experience, they could have multiple different fragmented consciousnesses all happening at once or all being experienced at once is crazy to me. Like I can't even conceptualize what that looks like, what that feels like. And yeah, I just think that's really interesting. I could talk about this all day, but let's move on to the next part. Anyways, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm very much a big nerd about octopuses. I don't even eat them because I think it's inhumane to eat an animal that intelligent, but what do I know? I'm just a nerd. So like I mentioned earlier, octopuses are able to transform their bodies. They actually have the most advanced body transformation abilities in the entirety of the animal kingdom. They can change their color, texture, and pattern within milliseconds. Octopuses are 90% muscle, and with these muscles, they're able to control all of their body transformations. Octopuses have specialized pigment sacs called chromatophores, and when an octopus extends or contracts a muscle, a specific color will appear. But octopuses are colorblind, so how are they able to tell what color they need to change into? Well, octopuses can detect light with their skin to be able to match their surroundings completely independently of their vision, which is crazy. Besides color, octopuses can completely change the texture of their skin, making it either smooth, bumpy, spiky, whatever you can think of, they can change it too. And they do this to better match the textures of their surroundings, such as like coral, sand, and honestly, I'd say it's pretty necessary when you got sharks coming after your ass, so. Yeah, octopuses have specialized skin projections called papillae. And with their papillae, they're able to contract and extend their muscles in order to create a specific kind of skin texture, similar to how they're able to change their color. And with these papillae, they're able to create very intricate 3D textures. And since each arm has its own independent neural control, they're able to change their texture, their color, their shape, all independently of the central brain. Some octopuses, such as the mimic octopus, are even able to change their body shape and texture and color in order to mimic other more dangerous marine animals, like lionfish, for example, in order to trick predators. So yeah, octopuses are able to do all these different kinds of body transformations in order to camouflage themselves more effectively. And I think it's cool that they can not only change their color, but they can change the texture of their skin and make it either smooth or spiky or rough. I just think octopuses are so cool, bro. And last but not least, octopuses are really intelligent. Octopuses are exceptionally intelligent animals possessing large brains and a very expansive neural network within its body. And with this, they are able to solve very complex puzzles and even use tools. What they're really good at is solving these puzzles and using these tools in order to get food. So they just like me for real. They can unscrew jars, navigate mazes, and use tools, all in order to obtain some food. Octopuses possess both short-term and long-term memory, and they can be trained in order to differentiate between different shapes and patterns. And even though octopuses are not social creatures, they have been seen exhibiting play behavior, such as running a water bottle under a jet to move it. And this is like the coolest thing ever, but they're also able to reflect their internal states, like how they're feeling, and reflect that onto their body. So they can change their skin color and skin texture based on whether they're feeling fear or anger or excitement. They're even able to change their skin color and texture while they sleep, which may indicate that they dream. It's not proven, but scientists speculate that that's a sign that they dream. So yeah, overall, octopus intelligence is very alien compared to human intelligence. They developed all of their cognitive abilities completely separate of vertebrates. Our last common ancestor with octopuses was somewhere around 500 million years ago, and it was likely just a simple worm. And then afterwards, octopuses just branched off. And they branched off into an evolutionary path that made it so that their brain wasn't centralized, but rather distributed all around the body. I also totally forgot to mention this in the video, and I already put everything away, so I'm just going to record this on my phone. But despite octopuses being so intelligent, they live fairly short lives, only living around 6 months to 5 years, depending on the species. And that's because they have a live fast, die young kind of life cycle where they mature quite fast, but then once they reproduce, they shortly die after, but they reproduce to have thousands of offspring, so that's kind of the trade-off there, I guess. But yeah, despite how intelligent they are, they live fairly short lives. But yeah, that was the video, guys. Hopefully I'll have more time to make videos I will have more time to make videos after my exams because I'm graduating. So, yay. It's a little bit scary, but yeah, I'll be back with some more videos soon. So I hope you guys like this one, and I will see you guys in the next.